Throughout Flint, there is a surplus of food pantries and soup kitchens, yet an absence of food markets, creating what is known as a food desert. Specific to our site, there is only one small grocer, the local grocer, a few community gardens, and some food pantries. We discussed these variables with the relevant actors in Flint and came to a few conclusions. That said, food insecurity is an issue in Flint. In order to provide nutritious food options to our site, we must focus on the education and access of food in regards to affordability, accessibility, convenience, and approachability. Looking at the existing programs addressing Flint's food insecurity, there is a clear pattern of addressing the need for affordability, but not education. Edible Flint, whose demonstration garden is located on our site, is the exception to this. Unfortunately, the option most Flint residents choose are the local liquor stores.
Farrah's Food Market is a liquor store that is within a 10-minute walking distance of our site. While it is considered to be less than desirable, it is necessary for many residents, and hence its fate must be considered carefully. There are many initiatives, such as the Healthy Corner Store Initiative and Flint Neighborhood United, which aim to improve this store. This is cost-effective and a temporary solution. However, a more permanent solution would include economic development related to our food intervention.
I'm Rick Sadler. I'm an assistant professor in the Division of Public Health at Michigan State University. Flint's food issues, I would say, grow out of decades of disinvestment. So it's not just the change in the retail environment, but the fact that there's been a huge population decline. There's been a huge decline in employment opportunities. And so generally speaking, there's a lot less demand for food. Grocery store reinvestment campaign that the Chamber of Commerce is heading up, and there's a couple of pastors who are both looking at opening new grocery stores. MSU Extension has a Healthy Corner Store initiative that will put healthy foods in existing stores and then also create an educational component. There's a Flint Fresh Mobile Market that has been making the rounds around neighborhoods that lack access to healthy food. The local food movement has been growing, so Edible Flint is the local food network for the community. They sell hundreds of garden kits every year and help people start gardens. There's plans now to open a food hub in the community as well, and so building on work similar to what the Flint Food Works has been doing, the incubator kitchen at the farmers market, this food hub will be an aggregation facility and a distribution facility for local food growers and distributors in the community. I think that they're all necessary but in sufficient conditions. So each of them plays an important role, and for some people, any one of these might be a sufficient condition, but to fix the whole problem, I mean, I think there's broader societal issues. A fundamental reworking of the way that we treat cities, create neighborhoods that are mixed income, mixed density, like that create opportunities for people to live in them regardless of their life stage, their economic stage.
So there's several shelters in Flint. Most cities around the whole country, around the world, have homeless shelters because there's a need. Carriagetown Ministries is the largest in Flint. This building can house up to 60 men, and the Family Center, I think, is now up to 53 beds. We have dinner 7 days a week that's open to the community besides the residents, so people can come from the community if they don't have food, or if their bridge card is run out for the month and they just want to come and have dinner, they can come have dinner here. It's free. You guys can come for dinner if you want. What I call a cool picture that's a Flint back in the day, so to speak. Walk-in refrigerator. So that wall, behind that wall, that big metal door, that's a big walk-in refrigerator. We have two of our own community gardens right here on our own campus. The street are two huge flower gardens in the summer as well.
Our goals for our spatial intervention include a market-style food source to address the food desert, an aspect of convenience, be it through longer hours, being close to a bus stop, etc., a communal kitchen, to preserve a sense of community surrounding food in everyday life, and education to step up where other initiatives have not.
We must consider the breakdown of food arriving to our site. How much will be contributed from edible Flint? How can we involve the Flint Public Art Project? How much can community and individual gardens contribute? How about local Michigan farmers? And finally, how can we decrease the amount of globally sourced food that is coming into our site? Next, we will be addressing time, convenience, and scale. Idealistically, we'd like to provide an option that is close to public transit, open 24 hours, and where residents can get everything they need in one stop. Next, we will incorporate a communal kitchen where social and cultural diversity are encouraged and could blossom into an economic opportunity. Finally, we will address nutrition through schools, social media, and demonstrations. We will proceed by examining certain locations near our site to determine which will be best suited for our proposal.